Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. I think the sun's trying to come out for you. All that was going through my mind was, well, these two words. It's actually three words, but it's not, it's two words. It's what's up? What's up? What does that mean to you? What's up as in, what's up? Tell me about it. What's going on? Or quite literally, what's up? Oh, what's up there? What's up? Someone wants to know it all. Okay. It's a very gentle energy that I'm in. Yesterday, the only word I can kind of use is weak. I felt very weak. I was resting a lot yesterday. I could have fallen asleep at any given moment. So we had a day of rest yesterday, which was very pleasant to experience. And I'm in a very gentler energy. So let's ask again, what's up, Mr. Know-It-All? I felt like I wanted to do a past, present and a future reading, as in the past being this week. Present, well, that's whenever you're watching this video. And the future will be in over the next couple of days maybe. We've got feminine compassion here. So it feels like Mr. Know-It-All. I feel like someone could have done with a dose of compassion. Well, it actually says on there, Lucy, I know, feminine compassion. So there's this energy of self-nurturing. It's definitely being nurtured by the feminine's energy. So if you've been like myself, nurturing yourself, come on, let's have the sun out. Awesome source. You've been connecting with source. If you've been seeking compassion, let's find out, because this card's in reverse. Whole again, in reverse. So I'm going to say that this masculine energy, and please remember that it's a masculine's energy. It's energy. Not that it's a masculine's energy. Well, okay. This masculine energy, it feels like they're quite dependent upon compassion, receiving compassion, feminine compassion, to make them feel complete. Okay, what's the bottom of the deck? True love. True love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. Your heart fits me like a glove, and it's gonna be true blue, baby, I love you. Let's go to the Witch's Tarot. We shall figure this out. So shall we take these three cards as past? Mr. Know-It-All. So it's like the information's been available, like at your fingertips. All the information's available to you at your fingertips. Depends which way your fingers are tipping towards. Whether they're up, looking up, because that's where you'll find all your answers within yourself. Or whether you're a bit on a pointing downwards, on a downward spiral. Okay, so in the past, it's like this King of Swords. So he's wanting to fathom out the truth. And it seems like there's quite a codependent energy here on the Divine Feminine's energy for the answers. But as we know, as above, so below. Okay, Five of Cups just spun over. It was a feminine now. But let's carry on. It was a mermaid. She was kind of staring at the Two of Cups, which is the underlying energy. Karma. I said that I was in quite a gentle, I feel calming energy. Where it says karma, it's like the masculine feels karma. When he's connected with his other half, because it's the 11-11 card, the feminine compassion. My throat chakra's kind of, well, it did then, seized up as if this was quite hard to admit. Knight of Wands. So this masculine's looking for passion. We're going to read these and have a look at what's been going on over the week. Over the week, Karma, 20. I've gone to the Two of Cups. We're moving like in slow motion here. Let's read the meaning of this card. If the Divine Feminine's energy is feeling karma, then the masculine will be feeling as if, in a way, that the feminine's not dependent upon the masculine anymore for emotional support. Okay. The karma card shows us that cycles and change have to be respected and that everything happens for a reason. Honour the changes in your life and grow with them. There are spiritual forces at work. So this is for you, Divine Masculines too. You need to honour the changes in your own life. This is your karma that is yours and yours alone to figure out. It's like figure your way out of any bad karma. There are spiritual forces at work, and it is time for you to make an important decision. Your destiny will be shaped by your choices, or by the choices that you make today. Keep in mind that the karma to follow will be of your own making. So be aware of both your actions and your magic on a spiritual level. Karma always has its way. Work consciously to create a positive transformation. Okay. So yours and yours alone to deal with. That's a positive thing. When you have a look at there's no one else that can actually help you but yourself and the divine that you can connect with. Okay. The key words are making a positive change for your future reality. Renewal, deeper spiritual magical awareness, karma and destiny, and reflection on past events and the results of your past actions. Okay. So I feel like the feminines, I do feel like you have completed a massive it's a massive karmic completion that you've gone through. And so you're going to be feeling very much at rest now, at peace. If I really could put a feeling to what it would feel like if I knew I was going to be making like my transition into the spiritual realm, like if you want to call it dying, it's a very peaceful energy where it's just like, oh, am I dying now? And it's like, yeah, I think I have done. I've had like another spiritual shift into peace. Now, the Divine Masculine, Knight of Wands. You look quite fired up here. Okay. It's like a match has been lit, but this match is coming from a new dawn. Okay. Waking with the eye of the tiger was coming through. Knight of Wands. I feel like so maybe every morning over the week you've actually awoken with your eye on the prize. So it's like you've had the eye of the tiger. So you're very aware of what you need to complete yourself, Divine Masculine, Mr. Know-It-All. You are aware, and you're aware that only you alone can do this. Okay, Knight of Wands. Let's read this card. I actually want to have a look at what's going on in the card. I can see that it starts there, but I just need to turn the page so that I can have a look at the picture. You look like you've got a colander. A colander, not a calendar. A colander on your head, which means that things are going to be seeping through them holes. I'm looking at it in black and white here. Okay. Thoughts, and I feel like they're negative thoughts because you've got to think positively. Okay. It's like when you're needing for assistance, or an assistant maybe. Feels like you've become dependent upon assistance within the physical world, when actually all the assistance that you need is within. But you need to look up. So every time that you go outside of yourself looking for assistance, the guidance is to look up. I was actually guided to do this time last week. Okay, any help that you need, I was to not divert my attention to anyone else but the divine. For a couple of days that went on for. Okay. Knight of Wands, and it was like a really important process here. And this has kind of shifted me into this new energy of peacefulness, just trusting in the divine. Okay. Can't see no flames here. Or there's no kind of sign of, there's no sign of fire. Okay. That will be after you've been through this transition and you're kind of feeling very peaceful. Knight of Wands, let's have a look. The Knight of Wands is confident and high-spirited and coming straight towards you. And I felt like you kind of had your eye on the prize, but it was like the eye of the tiger. Okay. And like I stated, it could be that you woke every morning with your eye on the prize. Okay. The Knight of Wands is confident and high-spirited and coming straight towards you. He wears golden armour and is riding a white horse at full gallop. In the knight's right hand is a tall, blooming wand of hawthorn, and a red streamer from the wand snaps out into the wind. The knight's helmet has the visor flipped up so we can see his face and a pink of his pale blonde hair. He is fearless and his expression is intense and passionate. The Knight of Wands wears a flowing bright red cape on his adventure, Superman, it took me to, and that cape is streaming behind him. In the background we see a pretty summer sky at sunset. Oh, I thought it was sunrise. At sunset, a lake and 3 mountain peaks. The heraldic lion design, interesting. Okay. Well, I went to tigers. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Okay, so I feel like it's something to do with your courage. You're wanting to, but you're just a bit scared. Okay. So the heraldic lion design on both the knight's tunic and his horse's parade cloak symbolises bravery and strength. The lion itself is classically associated with the element of fire, and the red and gold colours of his costume are another nod to the elements from where he draws his passion and sense of daring. The Knight of Wands is a symbol of speed, adventure and action. I want to read the meaning because he wants to know as well. What's the meaning of the card then? When the Knight of Wands comes roaring into your life, he brings change, exciting activity and exhilaration. This is the card of movement. Expect the unexpected. You may find yourself moving to a new job or moving to a new house. An opportunity for travel may present itself. The travel may be for business, as the Suit of Wands is often related to career and business. This card heralds a time of energy, bold moves, action and adventure. This court card may also announce that an energetic, fiery, opinionated and enthusiastic young man with fair hair and pale eyes is about to enter your life, so be on your toes. The Knight of Wands challenge is to embrace change, have an adventure and enjoy the journey. You might as well because you're on it. Okay. I want to pull another card to go with looking at this past energy. Let's go to the Oracle of Shadows and Light because I do feel like the shadow side, the dark side, our fear, has maybe dampened our spirits. I felt like one had been left behind. That could be a feeling that you're having, that one's been left behind. Okay. Let's have a look at what the Oracle of Shadows and Light would like to say regarding this past energy. So I feel it's more about knowing what to do you're definitely needing to be gentle with yourself, like self-nurture. Give yourself that feminine compassion. But go forth within the strength of the divine masculine. The power of three. There's three witchy sisters. I want to read the divination message for this card. Card number 9. Now, that takes me to the 9 of Wands, where the gentleman, he's a gentleman. He's really looking and seeking spiritual support. This message isn't long. It says something that has just happened will happen twice, then 3 times. Something that has already... Is this you wanting to reach out every day of the week? On Friday today? Okay. Something that has just happened will happen twice, then 3 times. Something that has already happened twice will happen 1 more time. And something that has happened 3 times is now complete, finished. Farewelled finally by the 3 who are in charge of these strands of fate that repeat in 3s till the lesson is learned. And it's really about why are you afraid? Now, it spoke about this ribbon that had been cut, and it kind of blew freely. Oh, no, it didn't. It whipped out into the wind. Okay. I felt like being the speed of a whippet. A greyhound. Okay. Let's have a look at the current energy, because feminine compassion is here. You are never alone. The 1111 sign is here. That will be a sign that you all should be seeing and recognising, 1111. Let's have a look at the tarot cards. This is the current energy now. The signs are with you. The Hermit. So the masculine's still seeking answers. Looks a bit like Merlin here. A grand wizard. Let's read this card. Wrong book. Like totally the wrong book. The Hermit is card number 9 also. Trusting in the trusting in the energy report that you receive. Okay, let's read about this. Oh, I love it. An old wise wizard is on a vision quest. Perhaps he is Merlin. Perhaps. Made me think of Merlin. He has isolated himself, gone off alone, and has put himself to the test to uncover the mysteries. This is the current energy, guys. Okay. He wears a classic wizard's cloak covered with moons and stars, but the cloak is old, faded, and a bit ragged at the edges, showing us that he has been travelling for a while. Under the twilight sky, a desolate snow and ice-covered mountain range appears behind him, symbolising his separation from the rest of the world. The Hermit uses his traveller's staff to help him on his journey. I could say staff, but I could pronounce it staff, as in your staff, your assistants, okay, your team that you work with in whatever form, and I feel this is your spiritual team. So the Hermit uses his traveller's staff to help him on his journey. In his right hand, he holds aloft an old metal lantern with a glowing 6-pointed star held inside to light his way. A 6-pointed star symbolises the balance between masculine and feminine energies. And here we are with the Strength card, 1111, which is a blending of masculine and feminine energy, which we all must do that work. There's no bypassing that part. Then you will feel whole again, without the need for another to kind of make you get to that state of being. You need to do that one alone. Okay. The Hermit's glowing star also reminds us to seek our spiritual truths, both within and without. The star represents the wisdom that we all hold within. When this is allowed to shine forth, wondrous things can happen. If we have the strength, we can travel to the top of the mountain, gain insight, and see his light for ourselves. The hermit, I don't know what's going on with the words, listen, go with it. The hermit gains experience through his trials and tests, and he reminds us that we can do the same. Knowledge, inspiration, and enlightenment can be ours. Okay, let's have a look at the meaning. The Hermit card is all about taking purposeful time off, standing alone and looking within. And when this card appears in a reading, it is a sign that you need to take some downtime for yourself and regroup. Now is a time for vision questing, reflection, intuition, meditation, and self-development. It is time to work your magic solitary for a while, even if you are a member of a coven. Trust in yourself and in your gut hunches, and take some personal time to see where this leads you. Let your magic light the way, no matter what challenges you are facing. And I feel that the divine actually knows that if the divine feminine isn't so willing and forthcoming all the time to kind of find the answers for the divine masculine, he's never going to actually have the opportunity to discover that for himself. And if he can't pull himself away from the coven, then the coven would just go quiet. It would just naturally happen. I know exactly what was going on yesterday. It's like you guys need to think for yourselves. Okay. Find your own way without any outside influence. It doesn't do you any harm. Let's put it that way. Keywords: reflection, meditation, intuition, taking time off from the coven, solitary work, spending some time alone out in nature, and gaining enlightenment. Okay. Let's get an oracle of shadows and light. Faceless ghosts and the haunted girl, ghost people. Okay, so a lot's going to appear in this solitude, in this hermit phase. And you're going to be shown some things. Okay. For you alone to see. 34, right hook. Let's read about the fearless ghost and the haunted girl. In this beautiful card, a lovely girl in the bare woods is being moved in on by two masked ghosts. They do not reveal their identity, but she can feel their presence strongly. I've been actually I was playing with this yesterday, and I haven't actually been in solitude. I've been speaking with others, just not collective interaction, YouTube. And spirits have been coming, and it's been, so we've been kind of like already figuring this out, and the lights, watch for your lights flickering. My cat Tia was going mad after this had kind of happened, and then I was on my own. It started happening not only when I was on a video call with another divine feminine. It was that afterwards, the lights flickered again. I thought, okay, it's happening again. And then my cat was going mad up the walls, like looking for this energy. Yeah, that pussycat. That pussycat came as a messenger as well. To this divine feminine when I was speaking to her, and stopped meowing when I tried to kind of get the phone so that I could allow them to hear it. Oh, signs everywhere. Okay. So they do not reveal their identity, but she can feel their presence strongly. She remains calm as she knows who they are. They are Napurabu, the faceless ones, who have no features and who take on the form of others around them. They wear a variety of masks, and they regularly take up a new cause or identity without being aware of their own need to grow and learn themselves. This is interesting. Because of this, they seek out energy from others who are bright, strong, and real. Now, these energies that I was feeling, they were our ancestors. Okay, but this draining energy is actually others, including this very strong masculine energy that likes to leech off of the divine feminine energy for support, like it's their lifeline. And you need to cut yourself away from that because that is draining and detrimental to the divine feminines as a collective, to rely on them for them to show you the way all the time. Okay. So they wear a variety of masks and they regularly take up a new cause or identity without being aware of their own need to grow and learn themselves. Because of this, they seek out energy from others who are bright, strong, and real. Now they are seeking hers, and it is likely they are seeking yours. Do not go into fear. They are sending her messages, but she knows that they are not what they seem and that there are many like them in the world. And I'm coming across this actually this week quite a lot, is people that I'm speaking to, they're kind of really shut down to it. It's kind of, I don't really know what they're looking for. I think they might be looking for sympathy. They're definitely looking for feminine compassion, but it's just all fear-based. And it's like, I can help to bring people out of the dark, the fear, but I'm not going to go in there and like hang out with you in that fear space. That doesn't work. So just be careful of your energy and retreat. Let's read the whole message because the haunted girl speaks. These faceless ones are coming to me, trying to take advantage of what they see as my moment of weakness. But I do not fear them, as I know they are blank, formless, and simply taking on any energy they can find. I know who I am, and I clearly see that they do not. They are simply spirits who have lost their way, and so they feed off others. I may not be at my strongest at this time, but I'm stronger than they ever will be. And actually, as I've settled down, because I used the word, I felt weak, but I didn't feel weak. I actually felt very much in control, as in, no, not even going to tolerate this energy. And I'm definitely not going to sympathise with it. Fear is fear, and it needs to be dealt with. And you will come across, obviously, fear on this journey. But it's time to eradicate that. Okay. I do not wish them harm, but neither will I give my energy away to them. I will also warn you to do the same. Don't be helping people that are not open to being helped. Okay, don't offer or waste your energy. It's going to be, they can always come back and ask for assistance when they're actually wanting to be helped. Okay, when they're thinking more positively. So the divination message, you may seem in need of help to people who actually have an agenda at the moment. People around you are acting like experts and supporting each other in the group mindset and wanting you to join them for your own good, despite your misgivings. They either do not have fully formed identities or they are too easily taken on the beliefs and ideas of a powerful other. You may be asked to join with others in their beliefs and be alarmed at a mindset and belief system that seems very blank and faceless, devoid of human joy and warmth. It is wise for you to keep your own counsel, remain detached, and wait for the faceless ones to reveal themselves. They will change when an even more powerful person for them to attach to comes along. Know that until they find their own selves and commit to following that path, they will be as blank pages, written upon by whatever hand comes near them. Do not be like this. Make your own mark on this world. There could be imitation taking place, where your work and ideas and even your personality are being copied too closely. Okay. And that was with feminine compassion. I want to say, don't mistake kindness for a weakness. Whole again, in reverse. Ten of Swords, well, you're down. It's like you want a way out, but you're not prepared to help yourself you're not prepared to even see the light, you need to look up because you're facing down. Look up to love. Love conquers all. Ten of Swords. When you get up from the Ten of Swords, you have to go in a new direction, and the direction that's available to you is love. Follow the direction of love. Ten of Swords. Let's read this. Whole again. You can see why you'd be craving to feel whole again. It's a very dark and dismal card. No one's going to want to hang out with you there. A man's body lies face down in the grass. This is meant to be like over the weekend, guys. This is your future. You're going to have to stay there until you see the light. A man's body lies face down in the grass. There are 10 swords stabbing him in the back. He has brown hair and his cloak is grey. Behind him the sun is setting. So this is really shouting out because behind him here also the sun's setting. It's really up to you. And you do know this, that your thoughts are powerful. Behind him the sun is setting, and in a tree's gnarled and twisted branches, an owl with bright yellow eyes sits and watches over the body. The wise ones know exactly what's going on. That's why they won't entertain it. The owl, also a creature of the element of air, is a classic symbol of magic, mystery and inner wisdom. The landscape in the background is ominous, dark and threatening. There are so many swords in the man that it must have taken a group of people to do this. The lack of blood in the card reminds us that this is symbolic act and not a literal one. The man betrayed has trusted when he shouldn't have, or ignored his own instincts, and now he has paid the price for being betrayed many times over. A lone plant of purple blooming monkshood grows near the body. In the language of flowers, monkshood warns that a deadly foe is near. Clearly this man did not pay attention to the poisonous herbs warning. Okay, the meaning. When the Ten of Swords rolls into a reading, you have to ask yourself, why did you not listen to your own instincts? This card is a vivid illustration of being stabbed in the back. This shows betrayal from a loved one, friend or coven member. This is what happens when you ignore your inner voice and gut hunches that something is wrong. By ignoring the warning signs and not paying heed to your own instincts that trouble was brewing, you have paid the price. This card can also symbolise being involved with a toxic group of people, such as in a job environment or even in a coven where you are not cherished, but instead made to feel like an outsider. If your instincts are warning you that you don't belong, then you need to be wise like the owl and fly away from the group and all of their negativity. Keywords: a coven where you do not feel accepted or cherished, a toxic group of people, betrayal, being stabbed in the back, ignoring your instincts. And I can tell you one thing that we do not cherish is toxic people. We can send you unconditional love, love and light, but we're not going to cherish that energy within the channel of love. It kind of goes against the name, doesn't it, really? Okay. So do we then convert this, transmute it, that you're here to do, transmute all the darkness, all of your lessons that were assigned for you. You were strong enough to fulfill them and take the test and pass. Otherwise you wouldn't have been given the lessons. And then they're yours to go on and help others with by sharing how you dealt with that challenge. And being that example, that role model, which was the whole point of, if you want to call it karma, your karmic lesson. Okay. Gently, Lucy. Very much. It's tiring. We know. Let's read about the Knight of Cups. The handsome Knight of Cups, that's nice. If you've tried changing the way that you view yourself, coming out of the shadow here, you've got to know your worth, and you've got to know that you're worth love. It's trying to find you. Okay, the handsome Knight of Cups is rising leisurely across a green field. A castle can be seen off in the distance, and clouds billow up in the background. Riding a beautiful grey horse, the knight follows a shimmering river towards that castle. The fair knight looks like, what does he look like? The fair knight looks into a silver cup that he holds with a dreamy expression, as if he is seeing something reflected within. His dreams. Never lose sight of your dreams, ever. Never settle on your dreams. Never settle on your dreams. Well, maybe you should settle for knowing what you're wanting and just being certain and sure and leaving it with the divine. But don't settle, as in stop dreaming. Do you know how many people have stopped dreaming this week alone? And then when I'm asking them to dream, they're actually saying to me, oh maybe. It's like, and I can't work with you, sorry. Why did you want my help? Oh, to complain. I'm not going to say what you're wanting me to say. I'm going to say what I need to say to snap anyone out of this energy. And it's frightening to face that. It's being afraid of the light. Okay. So, riding a beautiful grey horse, the knight follows a shimmering river towards that castle. The fair knight looks into a silver cup that he holds with a dreamy expression, as if he is seeing something reflected within. The cup held by the knight in this card can be thought of as the Grail, a traditional symbol of the Divine Feminine. When the Knight of Cups has shored? Are you shored up yet? So while the Knight of Cups has no sword showing, he still wears silver armour with a beautiful flowing blue cape. This knight is elegant, not warlike. To further link him to the element of water, there is a wave motif on the trim of the horse's bridle. The two-tailed heraldic mermaids embroidered into the design of his cloak symbolise eloquence, loyalty and truth. The mermaid is Melusine, an elemental spirit of springs and rivers. The Knight of Cups can be moody and passionate, but he always follows his heart. He is a symbol of courtly love and honour. This knight could take you along on his quest. How do you think it will go? That's what matters. So this knight could take you along on his quest. How do you think it will go? He may sweep you up in a romantic adventure or be your friend and ally, accompanying you on a trip or a spiritual journey. How nice does that sound? Because that's what you're all desiring. Okay. Meanings. A romantic and intuitive young man with blonde hair and green or blue eyes will arrive soon. Only if you believe, though. This court card often represents a sensitive, gallant and chivalrous, I can't say this word, can I? Chivalrous man. He is perceptive, empathic, and maybe a little reserved. He carefully protects his feelings, which is illustrated by the armour. And the Divine Feminine is very aware that you are protecting your feelings. Okay. The Knight of Cups characterises someone who is faithful and true, who believes in magic, chivalry, and honour. You have to believe in these things, magic. Otherwise, it's not your place here, is it? You can't really hang out here if you're a non-believer. That's not the journey that we're on. Okay. They are the best friend a person could hope for, and they will probably love once and love deeply. That sounds like this connection. This card often turns up when there is about to be a proposition or a tryst. This card also symbolises movement and travel, or a kind of chivalrous act. Expect romance, visions of what is to come, magic and new creative opportunities. The challenge of the Knight of Cups is this. Will you scry within the surface of the cup to see what will be, or look for a vision of your future lover. Follow with the element of water. Flow with the element of water and seek your mystical answer. The keywords are romantic young man, romance, a proposition or tryst. A chivalrous act, integration of the divine feminine, dreams, a quest, movement, and travel. Let's have a look at the weekend energy via the oracles of shadow and light. The only way is up, baby, for you and me now. Okay, I've got the card. Death and the Maiden. Have you been leeching off the divine feminine's energy, not meaning to divine masculine, but because you crave her too much? It's time for you to step into your position as the divine masculine, and you know this. Okay. Don't drain her, claim her. I like that. 28. Especially as it's coming under the card, the number of death, 13. Unlucky for some, only if you tell yourself that. Seriously. There is no unluckiness, only that of your own creation. Everything is always working out for me. Okay. I've gone to Strange Valentine. 111. Okay, I've gone to cards 27. Love is strange. Let's go to Death and the Maiden. The message is invasion, boundaries violated, and dominance. About Death and the Maiden. A leering skeleton is looming over a beautiful, naked young woman and doesn't seem to have any idea of how its presence is affecting her. It is not aware of, and it is not interested in her response, her reality, or her needs. The skeleton represents true death, the relentless ego, and is way too close for comfort. The vulnerable young woman is cowering and feeling herself frozen as its unwanted hand touches her. Death speaks. I am full of needs. I am hungry for life force. I need to be close to this young one, as she has all that I long for and all I have not created for myself. I will simply hover about her and take from her that which I want, her warmth, her energy, her emotions, and her beauty. She is an extension of me. What I want, I will take. And I love her too, very much. So much I may just consume her entirely. The Maiden speaks. I thought this was love, but now I can see and feel that this is invasive. It says it cares for me, and yet it just seems to want to take from me. This no longer feels right, but I feel helpless and vulnerable. What can I do? How do I break free? And what if what it says is true, that it loves me, and I am fearful for no reason? The divination message. There is a very out of balance relationship between you and another at this time. It may be that you are deaf, taking too much and imposing on another, and all the while blind as this skeleton to the truth. Or it may be that you are the maiden and have no defences against another who is draining you, claiming all the while to love you. You may have been drawn into the drama and colour and entertainment of a relationship that is full of highs and lows and passion, but you are now discovering that it is tiring, draining, and lacking in respect. It is time to truthfully assess this relationship and take steps to be safer, more protected, and more respected. Do not attempt to convince death of its problems. Those real people will only draw closer, cling harder, and convince you that you have a problem, not them. You may feel fear as to what they will do once you separate from them, as they are vindictive and malicious. Freedom is worth the trial of separating. Ask yourself, is this relationship healthy for me? And if the answer is no, then you must take steps to go. Wow. Should we leave with a Rumi message? I think we should. Okay. Let's see what Rumi wants to say about all of this. Should we look at the bottom of the decks first? I've just taken to the Two of Cups, true love, here. Bottom of the oracles of shadows and light is witch at the end of the world. An important end, a new beginning, very much so. There's a very out of balance relationship here, and we all need to be in alignment with love for this journey that we're taking, which is the journey of ascension. The only way is up. Okay. Bottom of the deck, love, of course. Page of Cups. Love. Opt for love. It's taken a card off for me. Beyond the threshold of fear. So that was our last message that they left us with. Let's shuffle it in. They keep getting the same messages. They just need to take them on board. Okay. It's all in there, guys. No need to seek outside of yourself. Obviously, if you would like to book yourself in for a 5-week coaching course with me, we talk about all sorts. At the moment, we're really looking about, we're having a look about within your energy to see what does kind of need clearing up, but most of it is being directed to working on how you can assist our world. And it's giving you hints and tips to go out there and do what you're here to do, and that's to share and spread your love and light. So if you are serious and you're interested and you know that that is the journey for you, please email me and we can get you booked in on a course, a 5-week course of coaching with Lucy. Okay. Here's the card. Sacred Soul Sister, card number 37. Because you don't need to do this journey alone. There is a portion that is necessary for you to go solo. But when you actually start to collaborate with others of the same nature, that's when the magic happens. Okay. Sacred Soul Sister. When you are conscious, a cloud of sadness surrounds you. When you are beyond consciousness, the moon rests in your arms. When you are conscious, the beloved moves out of your reach. And when you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy, exorcist. We need to get those demons out of you. Be gone as soon as you tell them. Okay. When you are conscious, the beloved moves out of your reach. And when you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. When you are conscious, you are depressed like fall. And when you are beyond consciousness, the winter cold feels like spring. All your wavering is due to your longing to be stable. Look for instability until you become stable. Rumi. I love you. I am your other self. I am with you always, your partner on this soul journey. I am the you that you do not see. I am the you that speaks through intuition and instinct. I whisper and sing and shout my crazed truth-telling at you through your dreams, through your body. I am the you that is wise, that trusts in life, that knows. I am the you that sees reality rather than appearance. I am the you that knows how to be happy and free. And isn't it sickening? For some, we've done the work, those of us that just live to be happy and free. Okay. And it's hard to face. At the moment, I'm feeling the dark is really struggling with actually coming face to face with the light. There is a valid point of view that we travel this path of our life journey alone. Our deepest descents into the psyche happen alone. We meet death alone and come into the world alone. And yet there is a vaster perspective that we are never alone, that it would be impossible to really be alone. We are connected to all of life, and there is no such thing as being alone in reality, only in limited and temporary perception. As if such community were not enough, there is a partner, an ally, who journeys with you from birth to death and beyond, again and again. You have a sacred sister, a sister of your soul. She weaves the stories of truth through dreams and insights that come upon you as if from nowhere. Perhaps they drop into your mind or seem to erupt from within you, but that is her talking to you, demanding or reassuring, depending on what the occasion best calls for at that moment. Her truths may seem overly dramatic, so you may discount them as workings of an overactive imagination. Or perhaps her truth tales are so subtle you dismiss them as meaningless, fleeting fancy. The wise ones know, however, that the truths of the sacred soul sister are powerful, relevant, and worthy of time and attention. They know her oftentimes strange and startling offerings hold the keys to unlock entire worlds, to open up new realities, and to transform the nature of our existence, from the deepest and most esoteric spiritual levels to the most palpable, practical, daily realities of our living bodies in the physical world. Your sacred soul sister is your partner in consciousness. Make no mistake, she is you. She is just the part of you so great you cannot always see her from your conscious mind. It is sort of like the eye of the dog, trying to see its whole self, which is a bit tricky, for as it moves to see its rear, so the rear is moved along too. So rather than through direct perception, the sacred soul sister is met through reflection. She can be received in those moments of rest where great ideas are born. She is a genius, you see, vastly creative and inspired. Her worlds are those we access in sleep and meditation, or absorbing engagement in activity where the mind can relax and drop into realities far more vast than those of daily life and be replenished. To tap into her wisdom, to distill a teaching from the fragmented memory of a dream or a subtle feeling experienced in meditation, requires that you walk with her gait and not the fast-paced, forward-moving canter of your conscious and intellectual mind. Her gait is meandering and apparently unstudied. Yet she is in deep concentration to feel for truth of movement, to allow for what is emerging to express itself through her, and she is listening rather than demanding to know, to force, to speak, and to direct. To receive her genius and benefit most fully from it requires a willingness to surrender logic and open up to inspiration, to become empty, to let the mind soften and become receptive, open and permeable. She delivers questions that lead to answers, but not according to demands issued by an insecure and fearful mind. She offers what is genuinely needed, and answers the deepest questions of the heart. She is trustworthy, this sister. She cannot betray truth, therefore she can be relied upon as a faithful way-shower for the heart. So to commune with her, wise as that impulse is, requires that you learn the ways of her world and the strange symbolic language she speaks. She will never tell you what you already know. Why be so inefficient? No, she prefers to educate, elucidate, intrigue, and beguile as you are drawn into far more beautiful, powerful, and helpful truths. So in her world and in her language, you must suspend your need to immediately understand. Let yourself absorb the imagery, the feelings, and the possibilities to dwell, ponder, and be permeated by the wisdom. The appearance of a horse may signify your own spiritual being, and the appearance of you may signify a false sense of identity and not the real you at all. You may see desert landscapes and moonlit nights in your dreams. When so much inner growth is happening, you will soon bloom like the springtime. You may dream of charging up hills with great energy when in your physical world you can barely muster enough strength to get out of bed in the morning. That was me yesterday. What does all this mean? This apparent contrary, world upside down, nothing is as it seems symbolism. The meaning is the communication, and the communication is received in repose, in reflection, in a quietness and rest, in quietness and rest. And you must trust her and trust yourself. When something needs to be known, so it shall be. This is necessary, so much less than what we expect. Your lack of knowing is not ignorance, your unknowingness is your bowing to life with trust. She has come to you through this oracle to remind you that everything is all right and that she has your back, no matter what appearances may seem to be to your more limited dog's eye consciousness in the light of day. She is guiding you with her wider knowledge through circumstances and situations that are ultimately going to free you into a greater love than you have ever known, no matter whether you feel like a rat in a maze or a bewildered drunk stumbling through labyrinth-back alleyways trying to find your way home again. No matter how out of control life may seem, she's letting you know all is proceeding just as it should, and that her will shall manifest. Her will is your wholeness, your completion. Her will must manifest and shall, because her will is nature, it is growth, it is God, and she is God in you now. Remember that, and you'll realise, if you don't mind the ending being told before the last chapter, that everything's going to be okay. This oracle comes with particular guidance also. You know something, deep in your bones, without knowing how or why, or without particular reason, you just know. It doesn't make sense, but you know. It may be joy that you know. It may be that you know to avoid a certain situation. It may be that something is going to work out beautifully, despite appearances to the contrary, at a particular moment. It may be that you are meant to take a certain path. You just know. This oracle comes as confirmation that your knowing, mysterious as it is your sacred soul sister talking through you. Trust it and act, or not, accordingly. Beautiful message. You've got this. Let's end whether you've got this card. Enjoy being yourself and you'll feel no need to copy others. This one's really important, guys. But for one, it's just pointing out you are just uniquely you. Don't try to be someone else. Just be the best version of you that you can be every day. Just today, I will be the best at being me. Okay. So enjoy being yourself and you'll feel no need to copy others. And stay close to anything that makes you glad to be alive. Oh, there's another one. Don't run away from it. There is something in you that the world needs. Okay. Guys, have yourself a beautiful weekend and I will catch up with you soon. Take care. Much love. Bye for now.